Welcome back, all you beautiful gamers, to more Respawn Recap. Hope you're all doing well and enjoying the show. Recapping all of the craziest stories throughout this week. Zan, are you ready to break them down?
Yeah, let's do it, my guy.
Let's get into it. And one of the most talked about stories, no surprise, this past week was revolving around FaZe Clan and their Phase 5 challenge, what we have given credit to as the biggest recruitment challenge in all of esports. Hundreds of thousands of people applied, let alone the number of tweets and impressions this whole competition has garnered. The competition, which feels like it's been going on for an entire year, which has only been a few months span, is now down to their 20 finalists. And their next level, their next thing to do was actually make something or a video go viral. Something 6-year-old Rowdy Rogan took very, very literally, because he has now, been found out, but been very open about as well. He faked the Warzone ban to go viral for the Phase 5 challenge.
Which, hey, I get what they were going for there. That's a very smart PR move. Definitely raised the amount of buzz that they were looking for.
100%.
But come on, pick like literally any other way. I feel like in a situation where you're already kind of on the fringe as a 6-year-old, it's hard to justify signing a 6-year-old to a team, really.
Yeah, and you look at the flip side, though, what you're willing to do to get into FaZe Clan, and certainly, as of right now, none of the other finalists willing to fake something to this extreme, and maybe being 6 does limit him, right? He's not a guy like Neil or all these other contestants who maybe have the experience and skill set to hit these viral shots, so you take this shot at it instead. It's certainly, at the very end of the day, whether you like it or not, it's a very creative move and a very interesting move that not many are willing to do, and it certainly worked in going viral. So we're not here to dive too deep into it, but we'll see if it works out for the little guy.
It probably will.
And speaking of youngsters out there potentially throwing away careers, also a pretty big clip out there this past weekend. A former FNCS and Fortnite champion, just a teenager, has now been exposed mid-event this past weekend during some other trio event. He was actually banned mid-tournament and then later found out and exposed for buying aim hacks, which is just
you hate to see it.
We're here again.
Yeah, time and time again. Once again with Fortnite, I feel like we see this all the time nowadays, unfortunately.
Yeah, and it's also across other esports as well,
definitely.
but typically with these youngsters, if you're put under some sort of pressure to keep up with a game that has certainly kept on developing, you lose your older generation. And I think at the very least, whether you think Fortnite's an esport or not, the kids that actually still compete in Fortnite are only getting all the more cracked, all the more competitive. And so you have a former FNCS champion maybe now kind of tailing off and thinking, I need hacks to keep up. It's an unfortunate circumstance, but I am glad he was obviously caught. But now it's just like, you almost pretty much threw your entire career away just by doing that.
Yeah, it's going to be hard to come back from something like this, especially since, Fortnite is out of the question from him going forward. I mean, he could switch to another game. That's very possible. We've seen people come back into the scene after cheating scandals.
Yeah, and we'll see if this young pro member, now known as Kez, if he ever does come back. And I like to pick and pull the clips while I can, especially around a guy like Nadeshot. You guys know that. But actually a really cool one because Reed actually manages for MrBeast and tons of other YouTubers. It was actually in a creator economics podcast with Nadeshot where Reed reveals that MrBeast had actually already been talking to people like Courage and Nadeshot about owning an esports team in League of Legends. He then furthers the question on that podcast and asks Nadeshot if he thinks owning a League of Legends team is a risk, which I know you probably can expect his response. It's one of the better investments that, of all esports right now currently.
Yeah, absolutely. It is like a great scene to be in, even if you're not like, the most successful
I guess
team,
I should have said if you were in early on.
Yeah,
a
exactly.
year ago, 2 years ago, even earlier on
I
than
said
that.
be in, not join.
Yeah.
Because, real
now,
talk.
obviously, with franchise prices,
It's going to be hard to make your mark as a new org trying to get onto the scene, especially like finding players and talent. Like, a lot of the higher level people have already been acquired by some org or another. So.
Yeah, now so many reports saying that initial prices for these early go-get-it, right? Obviously stretching back several years, 10 million, 13 million. Obviously, the prices of this franchise league buy-in spot have only gone up as compared to what Overwatch has done as well.
Yeah.
So it is a great investment if you are already in. And we've already seen Nadeshot talk about the struggles financially of maintaining a top-tier roster is so expensive. But what he still sees is a great esport to partake in. And now still the lingering question and what Reed says maybe 2022, a MrBeast League of Legends team. And a man that I have talked a lot about this week, for worse or for better or worse is the actual line there. It's Ninja. And Time In is the name of his Valorant team.
Don't forget it. You gotta say it, guys. Time In.
In case you guys don't know, I love being here. I love esports talk. I truly do, and I love the banter I've had with quite a few people out there around this. In case you guys did miss it, Time In this past weekend, I would say a lot more looser of an event. JBL Cup for Valorant. It was Team Time In with Ninja and all of his teammates taking down FaZe Clan, which was just whether or not, yes, it's best of one. There's pretty much no weight to it. We saw several 13-0s, a 13-1, very loose, maybe not 100% from all of these teams.
Yeah, probably not the sweatiest event.
As compared to like a First Strike, right?
Right.
But still, just the headline.
Yeah, right.
Ninja's team beats FaZe Clan.
Beautiful thing.
Yeah, and then FaZe Clan, by the way, to give credit where it's due, they bounce right back, make it out of groups, and make grand finals. So, and then we also end the year with Sentinels now thinking they're the best team in North America. So, I mean, it's just great to see Ninja. This has really been a true testament to him being a very competitive player. We do not often see people of his status still maintain that competitiveness, and he's clearly loving a game like Valorant, which is awesome to see.
Yeah, absolutely, especially after he stepped away from the competitive lifestyle for like so long, and to see him throw himself back into it so energetically is kind of amazing.
Yeah, he is certainly proving himself as a versatile gamer. There are others out there, Psalm, shouts to you, but Ninja certainly one of a kind as his team Time In manages to take down FaZe Clan. And a topic that we talked about a lot last month, and then thanks to all you viewers, sent several clips out there about not only 100 Thieves members, but potentially a lot of creators and maybe even players, part of organizations, potentially leaving Los Angeles, that being for expensive cost of living. And of course, a lot of these creators also making a lot more money and being taxed a lot higher as well. I just thought it was very interesting because we've actually heard remarks from Courage, Valkyrie. I'm looking at the guys. Valky Ray,
you're close.
and alongside Nate Shot, all at one point in time have actually mentioned potentially in the future leaving Los Angeles, and especially now because we see so many esports organizations and figures moving to Texas for the internet. I just thought it was a very curious point to see that others could be joining them.
Absolutely. I think a lot of people have seen this coming for several years now, just because LA has so many downsides to it, unfortunately. I mean, a lot of people love LA. It's a beautiful city. But at the same time, you know, if you could move like next door, like say to like Vegas or something, and just immediately see prices plummet, you can get food after
Cost
9
of
p.m.
living plummet.
Like you're just chilling.
Taxes.
And if you want to go visit LA, it's only like a 4-hour drive. And,
Yeah.
you know, other cities have a lot of other fantastic benefits, so this was always going to be coming.
It's been so weird to see the rift between Texas and Los Angeles. I would argue that an equal number of representation from esports and gaming likely in both. You know, you think about FaZe Clan and 100 Thieves, and there are many others inside of LA, and there are also, you know, Envy and I think Complexity and also Optic Gaming technically. Hex has Hex quarters there as well. Lots in Texas. So, and forgive me if I left any out. It's been weird to see the rift, so we will see where the future of gaming does lie and if it actually is in LA. As per usual, we hope you guys all enjoy the Respawn recap. Xanifer, how about you show these gamers out the door?
Yo, thank you for joining us, everyone. We will see you at the same time, same place next week.
Take care, guys. And gals. And everybody.